It has been more than a century since the formal province of Shayuun had split itself from the Narashkan Empire, claiming its independence as a singular monarchy. Yet it has been gradually worse, since after 50 years of strict rule of House Dejain, the people had suffered enough and a revolution had rose, turning the once sacred land into an area of anarchy and chaos. The nation is ravaged by rebels and monarch rivals alike, warring against each other for endless decades. Now the capital, Ao-Nahar, is at the edge of collapse, and no hope seemed to shed light over its ready grave.
Come near, people of the raped land, and hear me. I see all your suffering. Hunger is killing our children. The soil is poisoned. The plagues are penetrating the land. Of food, nothing is left anymore. Our men cannot stand any longer. I see that all. So we've lost our faith. Have we to remain escaping, hiding, afraid of death in our own land? The treacherous has marched his hounds into our homes. Cruel and merciless they devour. You people of the Holy Land, although seldom you've realized so, you march at the edge. You must turn into that which is beyond the heavens, that which in its mightiness you do not believe. You do not prostrate to humble yourselves to creation, but you rather nag, haughty heads raise. Why do we suffer? Grief to our land. The betrayer forsook us. Have we to examine what our ancestors have done wrong? In an age gone through their minds, people of this land had found a way to seep into a higher force. The core of creation 'tis. Yet of that what we seldom want to consider is how, the shameful truth of our lineage, we were thieves of a thing sacred, betrayers. We used it for our own selfish means, and what did we get at the end? This forces allowed a great means to slip into our scope. The lineage of this means was the magnificent glimpse of the gods, a force under our hands we called the grip of creation, Mahkek. Yet with power in the palms of the ignorant, the unenlightened, comes legion. The debts are always paid, although countless innocents had suffered of what we've done. All the world wept, all the realm shivered. Yet we did not humble our beings, although we disrespected the sacred, believing it to be ours. And the filth that comes of that, the vicious relict of this idiocracy, the lower self touched our being, the lamps of the gods extinguished, and only grimness remained. Did we pray to them, so that they enlight us once more, and shelter us with forgiveness? Or have we set this charge on others, the so today called Din, people who had touched the light of the gift, so it cleansed their very souls, though they're no longer humans, but something else. The spark of normalcy had already vanished in their presence. They've been much through the ages, still isolated in their inch to this day. Shameful of us! Our land is unholy! Bleeds squalor, cries blood of ache. The anguish is the wage of our filth. We created it ourselves, and we shall banish it ourselves. And must we not overlook the dread, who seeped of the lower domain, the gruff plague, desolates the lands. Within every circle they rise further. The raucous horror ravish our seed into realms obscure. Some says they foreshadow another disaster. The Garez aim to erase us from existence, to make us extinct. Are we able to drive it back and thrive, to be forgiven? May we find ease to banish the treacherous from our home, to purify it. May love shine on us all. Yet is the time for redemption. Late, who allowed the terror. Yet shall we stand against it. Late is the lunatic who ignored the light of the self.
Of the self, it's of gender. Thus 'tis meant to be two in creation. In the third of self it shall seek wisdom in of its core, thus to know what's within, thus to know of creation. And it is carved that none can ever be, yet be ever is. Of it, two essences shall create the third self, whilst amidst two selves a bridge reluctant to cease. If crossed, poise of disarray shall be teared. Upon the memory of the world, spelled by Amichuk of Zravien, rectified by Nashmian of Amrah-Bach, 2566 AU, Makela Din.